All right, second grade. Finally got some videos out for you guys here. This is the Eureka Math Grade 2, Module 2, and so I'm going to try to kind of go through and I know some of you have done this work already and some of you have not, so we'll try to go through and at least give you some way to check your work. So I'm going to scroll on down here. We're just going to do I'm just doing the homework pages, so here we go. Kind of move through and make sure this is going to work here. Let's double check. Get a pen and see if this is going to work. Yep, there you go. Okay, so it says count each centimeter cube to find the length of each object. Now those are the cubes that we use in class. They're the little blue ones. So you would have to basically, if you were going to actually use a cube, you'd have to go like this, and then you'd make like a little mark, move that cube over, make another mark, and then move it over. But they've already got like all the cubes stacked up for you. Remember, what we're counting is this little side right here. The one side of it is 1 centimeter. So this crayon is 1, 2, 3, 4 centimeters. Okay? And centimeters are the smaller marks that are on your ruler. This pencil is about 5 centimeters. You can just count okay? And then you have the clothespin. Now look at the clothespin. So if you just count all the way across, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have to wait. That clothespin only comes to here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let me pause and move that. Okay, and the same thing on the last one. This is kind of a tricky one as well. So they're not starting at the beginning. So what they're trying to teach you is when you use a ruler or like a ruler, for example, make sure you start at the very beginning. So this cube is not really part of the length of the marker. So it starts with this cube and it goes over 1 length, 2, again, we're really just looking at this side here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that is about 10 centimeters long. Okay, I'll pause it and move to the next one. Okay, and also I should have told you before you get started, make sure you have a place value chart. So let me pause this again. I'll pull up my place value chart so you can look at it. All right, so you're going to want to make one of these. Let's see if I can move myself out of the way. I'll move myself over here. You are going to, whoops, maybe down here. I have to stay in that screen. You want to make one of these just like we've used in school, so you can get your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa, or you can just get your ruler and make your line, make that straight line going across, and then make one line here. Make it kind of big. This is your ones, and you write ones. Your tens place. And it's hard for me to write on this screen. That's why my writing's kind of messy, because I can't. It's not like writing down on a piece of paper. And hundreds. Or you can do 0 or O for 1, capital O, T for 10, H for 100. Okay. But that's going to be really helpful because we're going to be doing some adding. All right, let's go back and look at this problem we have. All right, let's read along this problem. It says Richard has 43 centimeter cubes. So 43 of those cubes. Henry has 30 centimeter cubes. And our question is, what is the length of their cubes all together? So all together is telling us, okay, we are going to be combining these. So I can't draw them. If we were in class, we could actually take 43 of the cubes, right? 1, 2, put them all next to each other and go all the way to 43. That'd be a long way to go. I can put dot, 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 43 centimeters. Dot, dot, dot means I would keep going, okay? And then there's 30 more cubes. So then I'd have a string of 30, 1, 2, 3. But if I kept on going, I'd have 30 cubes. So all together, I could put them together and I could count them all up. That's one way to do it, just counting them. But what we're doing now is we've been working on moving from the cubes and the 10 rods to just using digits. So really we have a number sentence that looks like this, 43 plus 30. Okay? And so then what I'd like you to do is we're going to go on our place value chart and we're going to add that number, and then we'll also do it on just a number line. So let's go to the place value chart. Okay, so we have 4 tens, so we have four tens. Whoops, let me grab a marker. 4 tens and 3 ones plus 30, which is 3 tens and 0 ones. And so we're practicing using this. This is using adding just with digits. So if we had cubes here, we would then combine them and see if we have enough to regroup. So we have 3 ones, 3 single cubes. You know, if we are actually drawing it out, you know, you'd have 3, right? And then we have nothing down here. So altogether we have 3 ones. Remember, that's not enough to turn in for a 10 rod, so that stays there. Then we have 4 plus 3. So these are facts that you want to be, you should be working on that reflex, okay? And you want to get to the point where you don't have to count up on your fingers, but you could start with 4, and then you could count up 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 10 rods, okay? So that is 73 altogether. Let's go back and record that. So here's where my number sentence looks like, and here's what I would do. I would, if I didn't, at some point you will just have the place value chart in your head, and you'll add your digits. You'll make sure you put them in the right spot, because this is really this is a place value chart. It's just not drawn. These are the ones. They always go in the ones place, and those are the tens. I have 3 ones, 7 tens. Okay. Another way to do that is to think of that number line, okay, and just start with 43, and then you've got 3 tens. So I could actually jump up 1 10, say plus 10. I got 4 tens in this number, plus 1 more 10. That gives me 5 tens. Same amount of ones. Do another 10. Because remember, I'm adding 30, going 30. I have 5 tens. Now I have 6 tens in that number, and I haven't changed the ones. And one more time. I have 7 tens now, and I haven't changed the ones. So lots of ways to do that. Again, what you can do is you can stop this. I have to kind of move along, otherwise the recordings get to be too long. So you can stop it, go back, you know, and at any time. But I'm just going to keep going. All right, the length of Marissa's loaf of bread is 54 centimeters. She cut off and ate 7 centimeters of bread. So she was hungry. What is the length? What is the length of what she has left? So what's left? What's left? So let's just draw a picture of this. We're going to draw a picture, and it's really easy to use these little triangles. I mean, these rectangles like this. These are called tape diagrams. They just look like a measuring tape type of a thing. And the total, the whole thing is 54. Okay? So imagine this is our bread, and that's the whole thing. And then she cut off some. So we'll say this is the part she cut off here. She cut off 7 centimeters. Okay? And she ate that. That was her snack. So what is left? Well, when they say what is left, well, when you look at your drawing, what is that part? That's this part here. This is what's left. That is the part that's left. So if we had the bread, we could measure that. Or we could use math. We could say, well, we know the whole thing. So if we literally, she ate it, so she took it away. So in math, you take away something, then you're subtracting it. So we could say, okay, let's write a number sentence here. I have 54. Take away 7. So that's what's actually happened. We took that away. So now how do we do this? Well, there's where we go to our place value again. So let's go to the place value chart. We'll take a look. Okay, let's put that on our place value chart. So we have 5 tens. That's what it means, and 4 ones. So we're going to subtract. We want to subtract 7. So we can do this on a number line as well. But this is what's happening. We have 5 tens, 4 ones. We want to take away 7. So what we've done in class a lot of times is we've said, okay, if I've told you, well, you have 4 ones, you have 4 cubes. Okay, there they are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you give me 7? And the answer is no. You only have 4. But you also have 5 of these 10 rods over here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what can you do? Well, literally, you can take one of those away. So take one of those, put it back into our box. Basically, you're unbundling it, right? Take it back in and trade it in for 10 more ones. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So you just traded it in for 10. I know those are kind of small. I'll try to make them bigger here. 1, 2, 3. I'll make them like little sticks. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So now I have 10. If you count these up plus 4, I have 14 ones. Now I can take away 7. Okay. And that's a math fact. That's why that reflex is so important. You have to know if I have 14 and I take away 7, you need to know what that math fact is. Now you can count up. We can do 7. And we can count up to 14. So we can go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's just like counting on your fingers. I just counted up. That's each one of those is plus 1. Remember, we've done a lot of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I had to jump 7 times. Okay? So let's real quick see what that looks like without just using our cubes. The same thing now, just without using your cubes and your 10 rods. What you're going to say is, okay, I have 5, so I'm going to take away one of my 10s, because that's what we did. We took a 10 rod. That left you with 4 10s. Then you come over here and you say, oh, okay, I have 10, right? Because I borrowed one of my 10s. That gives me 10 ones and 4 ones. That gives me 14 ones. And that's how you do it with just without, without the manipulatives, without the cubes and the 10 rods. So my answer is 47. Okay, let's go back and take a look. Okay, so here we are, we're back again. So let's do it without our place value chart. We're going to say minus 7. Now remember, this really is, it's like a place value chart, you just not labeled. That's the ones. Those are 4 ones, and that is 7 ones. So 4 ones, I can't take 7 ones from 4 ones. And I have 5 10s. But what I can do is borrow. Let's borrow a 10. That leaves me with 4 10s. Now that I turn that 10 into 10 ones, but I have 4 ones, so that makes 14 ones. Now I can subtract 7 ones. Okay. I could also do that on a number line. I could just do a count up strategy or a count backwards. In this case, I have 54, and I could go back to the next friendliest number, which we talked about friendly numbers, or numbers that, especially numbers that end in 0. So I can count backwards 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I count backwards 4, then that's 53, 52, 51. That takes me to 50. Now I counted backwards 4. I need to count back 7 altogether. So how many more do I need to count back? 3. So I count back 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 50. I go back 49, 48, 47. So lots of ways to do that. All right, let me move to the next one. Okay, we have another word problem. So the key in word problems is to read it several times, understand it, and really be able to draw a picture of it. So let's read through this one together, okay? The length of Jimmy's math book is 17 centimeter cubes. So that's his math book. That's how long it is. His reading book is 12 centimeter cubes longer. So that's an important word. That's the key right there. Now let's find out, well, what do they want to know? What is the length of his reading book? Because there's a lot of questions they could ask, but they just want to know what's the length. Okay, what's the length of the reading book? All right, let's see. So what do I know? Math book, 17 centimeter cubes. Reading book, 12 centimeter cubes longer. That's the word that we need to be able to draw. What am I supposed to answer in this one? I'm supposed to answer, what is the length of the reading book? So let's draw his math book, okay? And we'll just do, again, let's just use one of these rectangles just to show. We're going to pretend that that's the math book. And that whole thing is 17 centimeters. And that's our math. You can just put M-A-T-H. Okay? Now we're going to draw the reading book. But to draw the reading book, it is longer. So we got to make it longer. So I'm going to make it longer. Okay? I just made it longer. And you can just put R for reading. Okay? Now where's the 12? What does that mean? 12 centimeters longer. It's talking about the part that's longer. So where's that part? So that's important. Let's look at the part that's longer. That is this part. This is the part, if you look at your drawing, this is the part that's longer. This part right here is longer. How much longer? It is 12 centimeters longer. So this part right here is 12. I'll just put the 12. I'll put it right down here below so you can see it. This is 12. Okay? So then they ask us, well, how long is the reading book? Well, let's see. If we start here and we go from here to here, this part we're not sure. Well, how long is that part? But we could measure it if we had the books, but we kind of know. We know how long this part is because up here, we know that from here to here is the math book, which is 17. So we kind of know this is 17 centimeters. So from here, okay, from here to here, this is 17 centimeters. From here to here, that is 12. So how are we going to find it? We have to put those together. 12 or 17 plus 12. Let's go to our place value chart. All right, let's put it on our place value chart. 17 is 110. Whoops, let me get a pen. 110, 17, and 7 ones plus 12, 110 and 2 ones. We got to add those things together. So we have 7 ones and 2 ones. So 7, 8, 9. That is not enough to turn in those cubes, you know, the ones for a 10 rod. So that we just have 9. If we had one more, we could turn that in, and we could bundle those and put them over here for a 10 rod, but we don't. And we have 2 10s. Voila. We have 29. Let's go back. So let's put these, let's add these vertically so that they're in a place value. All the place values in the same spot. There's our ones placed. They're in one column. There's our 10s. We have 7 ones plus 2 ones. That was 9. 110 plus 110. That was 2 10s. And we could also do that on a number line as well. All right, great job, great job. Okay, this part of the lesson will go faster. So you just have to have your centimeter. Oh, wait a minute. We actually want, sorry, we want the homework. That wasn't matching up. There we go. So this is just using your ruler. Use the centimeter square at the bottom of the next page. You just need a ruler. So let me know if you don't have one. I'll have to make sure I get you one. Because I don't know if you have that in your packet. But I just took my ruler and went across here. And one of the things it says here, I want you to circle this word about. About means it may not be exactly. Okay, so mine wasn't exactly, but it was pretty close to 5 centimeters. The lollipop was 8. Okay. I'll move up. The scissors was 7. So that was fast. And again, if you need to, you know, go back and check, you can just pause. You can pause this at any time. All right, let's go to the next one. So Samantha used a centimeter cube to mark and use the mark and move forward strategy. All they mean is she put a centimeter cube here, and those are blue. So let me get a blue color. You can find a blue. She put a centimeter cube here, and then she made a mark. So that's 1 centimeter because we're only measuring this side. Then she moved it over and made another mark. So by the time she was done moving these, so imagine that this one gets moved over like this. Okay, each time they get moved over. So as she's doing this, she's making a mark here. And the space in between the marks is what we're actually measuring. That's what centimeter cube just means, that one side is, so if there's a centimeter cube, this side is 1 centimeter. That's what we're using to measure. So if we measure this, and this is 0 centimeters, okay? So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, the red is 9. All right, so let's go ahead and get these filled in. So this one's 9. Using our cubes, this would be 0. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because we're measuring just this part. Really the space in between. Okay, that's 6. And I'll move it up just a little bit. How long is the yellow? The yellow was 4. Okay, and then these are just some basic questions. Which ribbon is the longest? So you can look at your numbers. You can see the red is the longest. Which ribbon is the shortest? Look at your numbers, 9, 6, and 4. And hopefully, I think, you know, hopefully you've done this, and then you're checking your work is what I'd like you to do. That's the shortest. Okay, shortest is yellow. It's 4. The total length of the ribbons. Ooh, so the total length. So this time, what you've got to do is you've got to take all the ribbon, 9. So one ribbon is 9, and then you're going to plus 6 plus 4. Again, if you actually had a ribbon, you could cut one that's 9. Then you could actually take a red. This is one way to solve the problem. You could take a red ribbon, okay? Then you could take the blue ribbon. And then you could take what's left, the yellow ribbon. Then you could take the yellow ribbon. Okay? And then you could measure all those. You could actually measure all of those things together. And you would figure out how long it is. You could get your ruler and measure. But we can't always do that. So that's why we're going to use the numbers instead. So we're going to add them. Now, one of the things I want to remind you of is the concept of a friendly number. So one of your friendly numbers is 10. So you have to know all the things that equals 10. So 1, let's just go through that. And this is reflex. This is why that reflex is so important. Okay, so let's see if I can keep in the picture and write at the same time. 1 plus what equals 10? So 1 plus 9. That's just a fact you need to know. 2 plus what equals 10? You say it. 8. Okay, and I won't write equals 10 every time. We're just going to know. 3 plus what? 7. 4 plus what? 6. 5 plus what? 5. I'm going to kind of keep going over here. 6 plus what? Whoops. 4. 7 plus what is 10? 3. 8 plus what? I better go over here. Whoops, that didn't work. 8 plus what? 2. And 9 plus what? 1. Okay, so we're going to do 6 plus 4 is 10. So that's 10. So we have 9 plus 10. And that's a fact. You know, you just need to know I've got 1 10. I don't have enough ones to make a 10, so that's just 19. Okay? All right, doing a good job, doing a good job. Okay, so I have to stop this video now, and I will then continue it. It'll say like lesson, what is this, lesson 2? I think lesson 2 continued. Lesson 2. So actually, I think this is the end of lesson 2. So the other one will say lesson 3. So that'll be the end of this one, and then I'll put another one up. All right, well, thank you very much.